1966 was a year when underground soul thrived in smoky clubs and on dusty 45s. The Masqueraders were testifying with harmonies that cut straight from Memphis to your heart.
I don't need no friends at all.
And the Night Brothers dropped a ballad so raw it still stops you in your tracks. These are 12 obscure soul gems from the 60s that deserve the spotlight today. Number 12, the Sharpees. Do the 45.
45, yeah. Do the 45.
Kicking off our list, we've got the Sharpees out of St. Louis, a group that never made it big nationwide, but lit up Midwest clubs with their fiery brand of R&B.
We had a big 45, yeah.
Signed briefly to Wonderful Records, their 1965 track, Do the 45, was both a dance craze anthem and a showcase of their driving horn section. What makes it special is the way they channeled the raw club energy. Close your eyes and you can almost hear the stomp of polished shoes on a wooden floor, the room sweating as dancers swing in time. While they didn't chart high, this track has become a Northern soul favorite in the UK, keeping their sound alive decades later. A perfect reminder of how regional soul scenes birthed unforgettable grooves.
45, yeah. Do the 45.
Number 11, the Apollas. You're absolutely right.
Statues, but they don't stand still like statues. They start swinging from San Francisco with you're absolutely right. Welcome the Apollas.
We've got the Apollas, a California-based trio who blended gospel roots with slick West Coast soul. Their 1965 single, You're Absolutely Right, came out on Warner Brothers. But despite glowing reviews, it barely got radio traction. What makes it magical? The harmonies. Imagine three voices intertwining like sunlight cutting through fog, sweet but edged with conviction. At the time, girl groups were everywhere, but the Apollas had a richer, more church-infused sound that set them apart. Though overlooked in their era, modern collectors and soul DJs have brought them back into the spotlight. Proving that the best harmonies never fade. Number 10, the charts. Desiree. We dip back to a Bronx-based doo-wop group, the Charts. By the 60s, they were reinventing themselves as soul singers, carrying forward that street corner harmony into more mature territory. Their song, Desiree, may not have hit the charts, but in basement parties and record hops, it was a crowd favorite. The beauty lies in the transition, the sound of doo-wop melting into soul. You hear the past colliding with the future, and it feels like a time capsule of the era itself. For anyone tracing the lineage of R&B, this track is an essential hidden gem. Number 9, the Precisions. If this is love, I'd rather be lonely.
Hear me, girl. You tell me you love me, but you've been seen with some.
The Precisions from Detroit. Now, everyone knows Detroit for Motown, but outside of Hitsville, USA, dozens of groups were hustling to get their sound heard. The Precisions cut this 1967 track for Drew Records, and it's pure heartache soul.
But was it really there, or was she just playing?
The harmonies ache, the falsetto soars, and the rhythm has just enough groove to keep your feet moving even as your heart breaks. Though it didn't chart like The Temptations or Four Tops, this track became a staple in the northern soul scene overseas, where DJs prized its emotional punch and floor-filling beat.
If this is love, ooh, baby, then I...
One listen, and you'll wonder why the Precisions didn't go all the way. Number 8, the Montclairs. Beggin is hard to do. From East Street Louis, the Montclairs brought a sophistication that rivaled bigger acts, even though their name never reached the mainstream. Led by the powerful voice of Phil Perry, their 1969 release Beggin is Hard to Do is a masterclass in quiet storm soul before that genre even had a name.
I can remember when I lost your love.
Close your eyes and it's pure velvet. Strings swelling, harmonies gliding, Perry pleading with every ounce of sincerity. Though they didn't hit the national charts, Perry would go on to a successful solo career, and this record remains a favorite among collectors who crave that smooth yet aching 60s sound. Number 7, the Esquires. Get On Up. We've got the Esquires from Milwaukee. Their 1967 single, Get On Up, did chart modestly. But the group still flies under the radar when we talk about 60s soul bands. Their falsetto-driven harmonies and tight rhythm section created a sound that was both funky and polished. Get On Up is infectious. Impossible to sit still when that groove kicks in. The Esquires represent the kind of groups who had all the talent in the world, but not always the big label backing to push them further.
Get on up. We're gonna dance, dance, dance.
Yet today, this track still gets dance floors moving, proving timelessness beats fame. Number 6, the Mad Lads. Don't have to shop around.
No, I don't have to shop around, shop around.
The Mad Lads from Memphis. Signed to Stax's Vote imprint, they were a fascinating contrast to the gritty southern soul of their label mates.
Has been longing for.
With a smoother, more youthful harmony style, their 1965 track Don't Have to Shop Around captured the innocence of young love with a sophistication beyond their years.
Love in a sweet.
These guys often get overshadowed by Stax giants like Otis Redding or Booker T, but they carved out a space that bridged doo-wop sweetness and southern grit. It's the kind of record that makes you remember the nervous thrill of first love.
And longing for.
And that's why it endures. If these deep cuts are taking you back, or maybe even introducing you to something brand new, give this video a thumbs up. It helps keep the soul alive, and trust me, we've still got 5 more bands that will blow your mind. Stick around. Number 5, The Radiance. Voice your choice.
We got to make Roger regular on the show because he really gets things jumping.
Diving back, we've got The Radiance from Chicago. Signed to Chess Records, they never quite broke through like label mates Etta James or the Dells.
What's your choice?
But in 1964, Voice Your Choice gave them a brief moment of spotlight. The song is playful yet polished, complete with clever call and response vocals that made it stand out on jukeboxes.
Am I the one?
It's a perfect slice of Chicago soul, tight and classy, but still brimming with youthful energy. Today, collectors hunt down their records, and fans of Chess's deeper catalog know The Radiance deserve way more recognition.
You know Jim, he's sincere. Oh, and Joe, he's fun.
Number 4, The Masqueraders. I Ain't Got to Love Nobody Else.
Got my baby. That to be the girl.
The Masqueraders, a group that started in Texas but found their way to Memphis.
I don't need no friends at
1968 track, I Ain't Got to Love Nobody Else, is a heart-wrenching ballad that never hit the charts but carries the emotional weight of any Motown or Stax release.
If they wanted me, I'd have to say no.
They worked tirelessly, even auditioning for Motown, but never found that breakout hit. Still, the sincerity of their delivery makes this track unforgettable. Listening to it feels like stepping into a dark club, neon flickering. As the singer pours his heart out to a room that can feel every word. Number 3, the Cavaliers. Hold On to My Baby.
I dig the way my baby walks.
The Cavaliers delivered one of those tracks that Northern Soul DJs elevated into a cult classic.
People talk about the way I am and all the things I do.
Hold On to My Baby was released on a tiny label and almost forgotten until dancers in the UK rediscovered it in the 1970s.
Nice. If my baby keeps talking to me, I'm gonna be dreaming.
The beat is fast, the vocals desperate, the groove unstoppable. It's pure dance floor magic. This is a prime example of how obscure American soul often found its second life across the Atlantic. Where audiences embraced the records that didn't get airplay at all. Number 2, the Falcons. You're So Fine. Now, you might recognize the name the Falcons because they launched careers. Wilson Pickett, Eddie Floyd, even Joe Stubbs passed through their ranks. But as a band, they're often overlooked in soul history. Their 1966 reworking of You're So Fine carried all the grit and gospel fire that would define 60s soul. Imagine being in Detroit as this played. Church energy mixing with Saturday night swagger. The Falcons might not have lasted as a household name, but they were a breeding ground for some of the greatest soul voices of all time. Number 1, the Five Stairsteps. You Waited Too Long.
Know this life won't help you feel better.
The Five Stairsteps. Before their brief brush with fame in the 70s, this Chicago family group was cutting sublime tracks throughout the 60s.
Just can't last forever. You waited too.
Their 1966 gem, You Waited Too Long, captures that bittersweet blend of heartbreak and harmony that defined the era. The harmonies are crisp, the emotion raw, and the production stripped down enough to feel intimate, like they're singing right in your living room. Though overshadowed by Motown giants, this track has become a deep soul classic, cherished by collectors and treasured by fans who know the true depth of 60s R&B. From St. Louis stompers to Chicago harmonizers, these bands remind us that the soul of the 60s wasn't just in the spotlight. It thrived in every corner of America's clubs, church basements, and tiny studios. These hidden gems deserve a place in your playlist today. Thanks for joining us on this Soul Stroll. Subscribe to keep the groove alive and never miss our next journey through forgotten soul. And if you're ready for more, up next we've got the unforgettable soul hits of 1966. Click it, and let's keep the rhythm rolling.